Mori ore te whānau, no mai, haere mai, welcome back to the 99Dreams podcast. I'm your host, Rawuri, and if this is your first time listening, welcome into the 99Dreams podcast. We're glad to have you here. For the regular listeners, welcome back. Man, today we got a special guest. This one's crack up. Shout out to Benja. This one's for you, man. Today, I've got Barry on the show. He's also known on TikTok as the Bear King. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're crying about having work or if you've got fucking bills to pay, the bro will say, shut the fuck up and have a beer. Barry, what's good, bud?
Kia ora, bro. Kia ora, bro. Kia ora, whānau. Barry here. My name is Barry. I am based out here in Christchurch, Aotearoa. And I'm 26 years old. I'm a father. I'm a husband and a beer drinker.
The
I like
beer
to say
drinker.
I'm a life coach, but I'm far from it.
Hey, I feel like you're the realest life coach out there.
Oh, man. I love it. I love it. A lot of people, I've been getting a lot of messages about it. So, bro, thank you so much. Bro, you have no idea the amount of messages I get from, like, men. Just, like, normal men in general, just saying, like, bro, thank you for your video. It's helped me throughout tough times. And I'm just like, fuck, maybe I should become a life coach or something.
Bro, 100%, man. Like, your messages in your TikToks are phenomenal. Like, yes, you've got the comedy to it, but also there's the real shit hidden in those layers as well.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And I was just speaking, it's just, yeah, I know. When I did decide to take this path, I always wanted to be real, Always wanted to be real and face it, because I'm a big beer drinker. I'm a big drinker in general, and so everything that I am speaking, it's not playing a character. It was just from my own personal life, and I think that's why a lot of people can relate to it.
Oh, 100%. Like, a lot of what you say in most of your TikToks crack us up, but it's because it's from familiarity. We're like, bro,
Yeah.
I know. And like I was saying to you just before we jumped on, how we used your TikTok to try and get the boys up and at it. A lot of that we try to peer pressure the boys to come and drink. Like,
Yeah.
But Barry, I haven't had my protein shake. Man, fuck your protein shake. Have a beer. Like, heaps of the boys trying to go, oh, no, I got to go to the gym first. Got to get my gains. Fuck your gains. Have a fucking beer, man.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And so I know a huge cope-up of yours is, just having a few beers with the boys,
Yeah.
chopping it up. How come that's so important to you?
Oh man, because that was for me, that was personal for me. Always sitting down whenever I had a bad day or just going through shit, or your head rethinks a lot of stuff. My always go to was always sitting down and having beers with the boys. I didn't talk about it a lot of the times, but just being in their presence and just being around them, it brought some form of comfort to me. And yeah, there are times where I'd sit one by one with a good mate, and then that's when I'd share with him. And so so behind the comedy, behind all the fuck this, have a fucking beer. There's a meaningful message behind it.
100%.
Yeah.
And you're so right though. You don't have to say a lot when you're just drinking with the boys, but it's that sort of release and that break, that time away.
Yeah, exactly. It's you just don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on it. And I think that's the thing that I wanted to talk about as well. It's just don't dwell on it, but just be around the guys and just enjoy the time together and just have a fucking beer. It's that easy.
It's that fucking easy, Fano. Just have a beer like we're doing. When it comes to catching up like that, if you're coming into it in a good space, but you know that one of the bros isn't coming into it in a good space, so how do you sort of navigate that environment to sort of make it safe for them to reach out if they need be?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Well, what I would do, if I would pull them aside. I wouldn't, say it in front of all the guys or the other guys, but I'd make sure he's alone, and and then I would reach out to him. I wouldn't try and put him on a spot or just make him feel uncomfortable, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it's always making sure that he's okay to talk. Because sometimes, sometimes a lot of guys, but I wouldn't hit him up as well if he was sober, if he hasn't had a few beers, because he wouldn't want to talk.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'd wait till if he's a few beers deep, and then I would have a chat with him, because then the truth will come out.
100%. And it's always like that, though, way with the brothers. Once it hits a certain time of the night, fuck, it all just comes out, eh?
Oh, bro, I know. When it hits that like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. mark, that's when it all comes out.
Yeah,
I fucking
that's
love you, bro. I'm struggling so much.
brotherhood, though, eh? It's like they're like, bro, I haven't seen you in so long, brother, but
Oh,
we're always there, hey, bro, we're
yeah.
always there.
Bro, and those are the moments that I cherish. I love those moments. We gotta. I'd rather my mates cry to me than for me to cry over them when it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll always cherish those moments, and I'll always bring it back when we're drunk, and we're just like, remember that time you sobbed like a little bitch in town? Because
But
I cherish those moments so much.
brotherhood, and it's such a like it's fun when you can joke about it once it gets to that point, eh, that you can be
Yeah.
like, bro, do you remember on my floor in my living room?
Oh man.
Brotherhood. So, like I said, man, you're an inspiration to many because of that advocacy for men's mental health. When you don't really see too much of that around, like a lot of us men have to push what we got aside to continue doing what we do for our whānau, for our friends, for our job, for our communities. You know
Yeah. Yeah. hundred
why?
percent.
Why did you start? You know, in that space.
Oh, I just saw it as an area that was lacking. Because I've been through that. I went through a time where a lot of the times I'll just be, just struggling and just drinking and just drowning my sadness in alcohol and drinking. And then but I just like every bad thing, there's always good things that can come out of it. And so I decided to, rather than sitting behind a camera and just advocating, just another person advocating for mental health, I just thought I'd bring comedy and laughter into that dark area, and we could all laugh together, because laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah.
It's the best form of therapy, in my opinion. So
Hard. And you've gone a step further. You've gone just from, being on TikTok, being that face that talks about it and adds in the laughter, to actually letting people reach out to you and
yeah,
you reach back.
yeah, 100%, yeah, yeah, and I love that, because I sometimes I forget just how big it's gotten. And yeah, but I literally forget. And so when I go on lives, because I've started to do lives to interact with people, and I always message, and I always say on live, if you're ever struggling with anything, just flick me a message on Instagram. And I just forget about it, and then the next morning I get messages, and I just forgot how bad it is, like how big having a beer movement is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, do you think one day you'd host like a live event where people can come hang out, drink a beer with you at like your local?
Bro, I would love to. I would love to, man. It'll be a dream. It'll be a dream.
Get it sponsored by the old mates down in Otago?
Yeah, yeah. It's something we could work towards, I reckon. Yeah,
Yeah, because that would be wicked. I mean, they're doing that whole tour with the mates shed at the moment, aren't they?
yeah, they are. Such a
So that
good,
could be
such
something
a
you
good.
could try and work in there with them. Because I mean, that would be a great way to tie in your kaupapa with a public sort of display, letting
Yeah,
everyone know that you are as genuine as you say you are on your lives and on your TikTok.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it'll be a good way of reaching out. So I'd love to do something like that. It'll be amazing, eh?
Hard out. Surely we get something in the works. Surely
Surely. And then get
start your
them.
podcast there.
Sorry, brother. Screw me.
You're all good, my bro. You're all good. So, like you were saying to me just before we jumped on, how you were going to do a podcast. You created your TikTok to try and create that audience.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
not start it there at your live event? Get some of the people on.
It would be a good idea, but I just don't know if I want to do a podcast now. I think I'll just stick to what I'm doing now and continue this message. But maybe when the time's right, then I'll maybe start it. But I don't know. I'm busy at the moment, being a dad and everything else.
Yeah, true that. How do you juggle that sort of TikTok life with, being a husband and a father?
Bro. So I take a couple days out of the week to film all my content, and then I just post. I try and post every single day. Yeah. So when Bubs is at school for 2 days, then I'm literally just at home from 8 to 3, just filming all day and editing, and then that's pretty much all my content filmed.
Oh, yo.
Yeah. So I write one day and then film the next.
Oh, so you write all your content down and stuff like that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah, talk us through that process. I haven't quite dived into the TikTok world yet. I'm still
Yeah.
just on Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon,
No,
YouTube.
you're good. Yeah. I usually sit down and just have a couple beers, and then I'll just jot down everything that I'm thinking of, and potentially how could I make it better, and the wording. I just have to do the wording properly. And then I film, and then if it's not good, if it's going to be a flop video, then I just get rid of. But mind you, though, there are some videos that I absolutely thought it was a flop, and it just takes off. And the ones that I really liked never goes on. I'm just like, what the hell? So all of the ones that went off where everyone loved, I didn't it because it was too harsh for me. Because if people knew me as a person or like in person, they would know that I'm never the one to speak like fuck your work or fuck your job. And all of those, but I had to do it because it's hilarious.
Bro,
All of those ones I never really liked because it's kind of too harsh for me. But it just took off. But I was just like, and all the genuine ones never takes off.
I feel like it's because we're just real. We love that brutal honesty because that's how we are with our mates.
Yeah.
Bro, do you do these questions?
Yeah, bro. I'm real bad at them though.
We'll try. All right, here's this one. If you get it right, I'll go to the stars. Which Tairi player was yellow carded in the Dunedin Club final? Bro, I never know these ones, but which Tairi player was yellow carded in the Dunedin Club final in 2011?
I don't know.
His initials are CO. I don't know this guy either.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have a clue.
Charlie O'Connell.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I got Bone as the nickname of which former Otago Highlanders rugby player?
Bone?
Yeah.
He must have had the rako of doom. Shit. Do you know what era?
No, it doesn't say. Probably like 1850s or something.
Oh, fuck knows. I don't know. It's a Pākehā name, eh?
Yeah. Kevin, oh mate, Kevin Middleton.
Oh, bro. Who?
Oh mate, Kev dog.
Oh, fucking Kevy. Good old Kevy.
Good old Kevin. Good old Kevin wants a fucking chocolate bar.
So how do you, manage all these people that might offload so much stuff onto you with your own personal life? Because, anytime someone does offload onto me, it's quite heavy. I need to take some time for myself. So what do you do?
Yeah, for sure. I'm kind of used to it, because my background, and I don't think a lot of people know this. My background, I grew up in church, and so I grew up in church, and I worked in youth, and I've studied youth ministry up in Auckland for 3 years.
Oh,
Yeah, and so a lot of my job there was literally taking the baggage off a lot of young people, and yeah, I worked in the youth sector in prison up there, which was yeah. So yeah, for me, I was kind of used to it, and I'd try and offer them support, like saying, maybe try and catch up with them over FaceTime because a lot of them live over in like Australia,
oh,
and so
true.
yeah, a lot of the people that follow me on TikTok are all from like Tasmania, or like Australia. But I get
Random.
it because I get it because sometimes it's a lot easier for people to let to talk to someone that they don't know over social media, and I would always have time for people like that. So sometimes it's a lot easier for me to process because I don't know them personally, but I can offer this some form of support. Where it would be different if it's someone that I really really know. If that kind of makes sense to you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, especially like you say with your background,
Yeah.
you can kind of give an understanding. Whereas
Yeah.
if you kind of know someone personally, you have that personal attachment and connection with them, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Fuck. So I guess coming back into that, then, what do you do when it is someone that you're close with?
Um, I I try and keep in contact with them every, like not every day, but just checking up on them weekly just to see how they're doing and making sure that always having time to go out for a beer with them. And yeah, because a lot of them it'll take a little. There's still, even though you know them quite well, there's still that trust build. They're trusting you with their heart. It's something different, especially with us men. It's like
Yeah,
we'll trust our partners with our heart, but we wouldn't trust the boys, even though we say I love you, but we won't
yeah,
trust them with that kind of weird shit, you know.
yeah,
Yeah, and so it takes a long time to build that kind of trust with your man, with your mates.
yeah. Fuck yeah, that is true, and you do
Yeah.
see that a lot. Um,
Yeah.
what could you say then? I guess because sometimes wahine try and overhelp, because like when men need some time apart to just sort out our own head, sometimes wahine want to try and fix that
Yeah.
themselves because they think, oh, I care about you, I need to fix it. Do you have any advice for how they can manage if their tane is going through something?
Yeah, I'd say I love that. I love, and I'll never badmouth wahines for doing it because I'd always support that. But yeah, I think just when a man needs his man time, he needs his man time. If he's pushing you, he's not pushing you away. It's just he just wants his man time. And me and my wife had that problem as well, quite a lot, because a woman will always try their whole life try and change a man. Yeah, but we don't need changing. We just need our time alone, and so we've always had that problem. And but she really understands and she knows how the importance of how much I need my alone time, and she really yeah she she never despises my alone time, and I think every man needs their alone time.
Yeah, 100%. One thing I've struggled with is how do I communicate that I need my alone time to my wahine?
Yeah, I think just I don't know really how I do it. I kind of just asked her. I just said, "Hey, babe, I really just need my alone time." But I think for some men, it's quite hard for them to communicate that. Um, I guess for me is really it comes down to just being honest. It's
Mm,
just being honest to your wahine. Just be honest with what's if you're going through a bad day, just say I just really need to wind down and just have a beer and just chill out and have a beer. So So I have my garage. So that's my wee man cave. So I've set it up. So everything in there is just for me. So that's my alone space. And I would tell my wife, this is my spot. If I'm in here, it means that there's no you around. And she knows. She knows that I'm not pushing her away. It doesn't mean that I don't love her. It just means that she understands that that's my crucial time where I need to wind down and just relax and get my head in the game, just focus. Yeah, so that's kind of like my spot I go to, and she knows that's a no go zone for her.
Oh yeah, yeah. I rate that. I rate
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Is it?
Pardon?
Carry on, carry on.
Oh, I'm a man that kind of I've lived so long. I've lived not so long. I've lived like most of my years just always saying yes to people and just always drowning myself in guilt of not pleasing people. And so over the past like 3 or 4 years, I had to re-educate my whole mind again to actually just not giving a flying fuck with what anyone's opinion and anyone thoughts of me. And so always taking that time to replenish myself.
Nah, that's on. And
Yeah.
you do need that. You do need to take your own personal time.
Mm.
Um, I can't stress how important it is for Tane and even Wahinama. If you're out there and you just need to make sure that as much kaupapa that you're involved with, whether it be your life, your job, you still need to take time for yourself. That's so
Yeah,
important.
bro, 100%, 100%.
And so, how if you could communicate to people out there who might be a bit whakamā about reaching out to their mates, how would they go about that? Because we talked about how do our
Yeah,
mates who know someone's in that space, how we sort of create an environment for them, but how do we come to our mates?
yeah,
If you have any advice.
yeah, for sure. So this is like a really important one for me, eh? Because I had to cut out a lot of mates. What's that called? Because they're never too busy for you to have a beer, and that was my thing. They're never they're never too busy to have a beer with you. If they're constantly just making excuses, then for you it's time for you to just cut loose. And that was always my thing. And so how I would approach it with people, and I'll just say, hey, bro, you keen to catch up with a beer? And I was so bad, I always used to just chase them down for that, which is completely sad. Because I'm always completely just chasing them down. Bro, let's catch up for beer, let's catch up for beer. And the ones that I stick to by this day is the same ones that always reply back, yeah, bro, let's go for a beer. But the ones that always consistently just turn it down for weeks and months, those are the ones that I had to just cut loose. Because you've got to understand your worth. If you give so much time to that person, you'd expect them to give you the same time back. And so yeah, that's just it's not cruel or mean. It's just being it's just loving yourself better, especially as a man. Yeah.
100%. 100%. Like, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, there's no real place in this world for you to try and fight for your worth
Yeah.
from
Oh,
someone.
100%.
Just cut it
Yeah.
loose. They're not that important in this
Nah.
world.
Yeah. And no one's that important to say no to a beer. I get it. Like everyone
100%.
has family. Everyone has things like that. But there is always time to check up on a mate with a beer,
Yeah.
and that's so
Like,
important.
you don't have to get fucked
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
You don't have to get fucked up. You can still just have a couple beers and
and
drive
drive
home.
home. That's it. And yeah, I can't stress out so much about it because it's such an important thing. Because males, we need to understand our worth, especially within other males, especially in other groups of friends as well.
100%. And like, we do spend so much time with our guard up
Yeah,
that once we do finally have that beer, though, it starts to come
yeah,
down and we start to ease in. And that's when we can have these open and honest conversations with one another.
yeah, yeah,
So, Fana, if you have, a brother or sister out there that's reaching out to you, hey, let's catch up. It's been a minute. Let's go grab a beer somewhere. Don't turn it down,
yeah.
man. Don't turn it down.
Never turn it down, because you never know if that one beer is the last string that someone's holding on for, and maybe you're the one to go for a beer. Maybe it's your turn to initiate, going for a beer.
100%. And who cares if, they say no the first time? Because 100%
Yeah,
everyone has
yeah,
a
everyone
life.
has a life.
But maybe try and reschedule. Say, bro, I can't make it tonight, but I'm free tomorrow. Let's catch up tomorrow. I got
Yeah,
you. It's always about making that alternative,
it
because I
is.
understand, not everyone can make on the spot. If I'm hitting up Barry, like, Barry, brother, that's us beer tonight. He's like, bro, I got final duties. I'm there tonight,
Yeah,
but let me know tomorrow. Compromise, Fano.
yeah, 100%. Got to compromise.
Do you think? Because I just had this thought right now, bro.
Yeah,
Maybe on your lives every Friday, you just
yeah,
post up, let's have a beer, let's have a chat, and try and make it sort of an annual thing. That all of a sudden you've got groups of guys going to their own local pub and having a beer together
yeah.
through what you've created.
Yeah, so that's what I've started doing. So I've started doing so most of the weekends now. I think last weekend I was literally I was live on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, just for like 20 minutes. That was it. 20 minutes was just my max. Because you can't drink on live on TikTok.
Oh, true.
Yeah, no, you get banned. So I can't drink live on TikTok, and yeah, so it's really silly. So you're gonna kind of have to like hide your face like this and take. But yeah, I go live on TikTok for about 20 minutes max, just quickly having a beer with everyone. But yeah, it's amazing. It's phenomenal. The even the group chat, it's just amazing. Just all the guys just literally talking amongst themselves, and that's what I love, man. That's the kind of community I wanted to build. Felt right from the get go, as I always wanted to win the men over. That was
Yeah,
my thing. A lot of and I get it. A lot of people have their different niches and stuff, but for me, was winning men over, because if I could win men over, that's all I needed. That's all I
yeah,
needed.
yeah. And you're doing a really good job of it.
Yeah.
It's that mixture of comedy and mental health in there, because I think nowadays a lot of men are actually waking up to the fact that, like, our mental health matters, and we matter too.
Oh shit, yeah, bro. We matter so much, And sometimes we're like just forgotten, because, like I said, there's so many organizations out there who cater for women and for the youth, but there's not a lot catering for men. We're kind of just thrown in the deep end and just going to work and then 9 to 5, and then just coming home and just drinking our sorrows away. And literally, that's it. That's just how we deal with it. And
Yeah,
so yeah, and rather than me coming in and trying to persuade them that your mental health matters, I just literally came in with comedy and trying to help them through it and just laugh through it. Because sometimes scars are just too deep to heal, And so the best way to face it is
yeah.
just face it together and just have a beer.
Have a beer, have a
Yeah,
laugh.
have a laugh. That's it.
Bro, that that's the motto. That should be up on the back wall for you, bro. Have a beer, have a laugh. I got my next question. Oh, this is a good one. I love this one. What was the final score in the 2008 Rugby League World Cup final? That was when we had some Benji magic.
what year was it?
2008
Was it against
Aussie at Suncorp, I think.
Nah, shit, I don't know.
I'll give you a range. It was
It's
between
like 40 something.
it's between 20 and 39.
Oh, 23.
23.
And oh, it's 23, right?
Nah.
Oh, shit.
I just like people to give a full answer. No.
Oh, 27, 32.
Ooh, nah, 34-20 to us.
Oh, shit. There.
Speaking of World Cup, though, how good was Samoa getting to the final? I don't give a fuck that Aussie won. No one gives a
Bro,
fuck about them.
so good, bro. We were just so happy to made it, eh? We made history.
Brotherhood.
Yeah, bro. We were so proud of the team, eh?
Bro, did you see their welcome they got when they got to Aussie?
Yeah, I seen it, eh? I was been watching. It's all over my TikTok, and I've just been watching the whole thing unfold, eh?
Yeah. And then shout out to Charles, the fellow who dropped your box off.
Oh yeah. What a guy, eh? What an absolute legend for doing that.
Bro, 100%. He saved my ass. Were you
Yeah.
expecting that?
Pardon? No, I was just sitting on the couch just unwinding, and then just get a knock on the door, and then I legit thought it was a freaking like another J Dub. I hope it's witness, bro, because I've been getting the same one like knocking on the door, and
Yeah.
this is what I mean. Like I'm so bad at saying no. Like he just comes, knocks, and knocks. Because there was one time I made a mistake, and I was like, "Yeah, bro, let's keep chatting." And he said, "Sweet, I'll come back again." And he just keeps coming back, and like he won't stop until I'm there.
Bro.
And so when he knocked, I was like, "Oh no, baby, you have to answer this one. It's freaking J Dub." and then I walked out. It's a freaking massive dude with a box of spades. Was like, my man.
No, straight up though, Fano, those J-Dubs, they won't leave you alone.
Oh, bro, I tell you not. They're not lovely people though.
They are.
Lovely people, but they just gotta stop. Or maybe
Yeah,
I offered them a beer once. The first one, they said no. There's no
Cut 'em off,
harm
bro.
in
Cut them
shooting a
off.
shot.
Cut them off. Nah, fucking hell. I'm
Yeah,
on my last
the
string,
more
my bro. This is it.
let's see if we can bloody convert one of them at least.
Show them the way. Do you still have your faith in stuff like that?
Yeah, bro, I do.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I do indeed. I still, yeah, I do have a faith.
Mm-hmm.
I probably a lot of people might think I don't just because of the stuff that I post up, but again, it's something between you and God. It's nothing between anyone else. So,
Yep.
and I think that's so important because at one point that was the strong tour of my mental health was trying to pick which is what. But yeah, I just made peace of what I'm doing now. I'm just helping people in a different way.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. I think that's going a little bit of a rant into to the Christian world. But I think as him as a creator, we are called to be a creator also, and sometimes it just looks different than what normal people would think. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%. And
Yeah.
one thing I do know, because I went to church for a little bit during my first and second years at university, and one thing I do learn is that no matter what, as long as you repent your sins, you will be forgiven. And at the end of the day, the only sin you are committing is not being truthful to yourself, I believe, anyway.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Yeah.
And so, how do you sort of deal with the criticism that you because obviously you'll face some criticism, right? Coming from your faith into this new TikTok space where everyone's like, hey, nah, he's not a religious man because he's just on the piss all the fucking time.
Yeah, I guess for me, I just laugh at it. I I don't know, bro. For me, I really couldn't care with anyone's opinions as long as I'm true to myself. Yeah, I do love the piss. I do, but I drink in a good manner. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm a great drinker. You know, I'm fun to be around with when I'm drinking. You know, unless I'm asleep, unless I'm covered out somewhere. But like I'm but like I'm a good drinker, and I just believe it's, you know, it's what brings people together. And I'm not trying to justify any of the drinking from my faith, but you know, that's just what I believe anyway. As long as you're honest with yourself and, you know, be truthful and just respect other people's. And here's the thing, bro. I literally I was on TikTok the other day scrolling, and I've seen this guy, and he said, "Do you know what? People in the church are the ones that push people away from church."
Yep.
And which is so true, bro. When I was involved in the church, like that's all you would hear from people in the church. They'll do everything to criticize people who are trying to fit in with them. And that's so damaging. It's so damaging.
Yeah, because that's what kind of pushed me away. Because I was like, like, yeah, I'm hanging out with my friends and I'm going to town on a Saturday night, but I'm still there Sunday afternoon. Shit.
Yeah. Oh man. Church people are just so fake, bro. And I would say that as well. You know, like a lot of people that I know, because I don't go to church anymore. You know, I left all that stuff behind because of things that have happened. And just I've decided to take a different path in life. Because yeah, it's funny that you asked me, because I never have told anyone. You know, a lot of people, I've told my wife, you know, I've left the church, I don't want to go back to church, but no one has ever asked me like, how was your faith? Like, what's your faith? What do you believe in? I'm like, yeah, I still have faith in the Most High, in God, but I don't believe going to church is going to necessarily help me become a better person.
Mm.
Yeah,
Bro, that's such a powerful statement right there too, because
yeah,
a lot of people believe that they have to go to a church to receive, God in their life, and that's where they become a better person. But for you to say that
nah,
that's not necessarily
nah.
true.
No, it's not necessarily true. The church is not based on four walls. You know, church is in everyone. Church is the people. That's what makes the church. You know, and so you, as long as you can be a church to somebody that you know that's not a church, then bro, that's the gospel right there. That's just being Christ-like.
Yep, 100%. I learned
Yeah,
that from my mate Jerry, who regular listeners will have heard that name come up quite a lot in a lot of these
yeah,
podcasts and vlogs. But he said that to me once because he's Samoan, so he's of faith as well. But he
yeah.
said, you know, receiving the word of God doesn't have to occur in church. He goes, it's wherever people speak the word of God, break bread, and become friends. He goes, that is where church happens, and that's where church occurs.
Yeah, facts.
And I feel like sometimes a lot of people get hung up on the fact that they have to make money. So they have to create this big ass fucking church, and they have to have all the lights, the TV, the bands, the
Oh,
presenters from all over the fucking world.
oh bro, it's becoming so silly because it's more of a fucking business now.
Yeah,
It's never about the people anymore. Who has. It's all about status now, and that is what I don't like. It's about status.
yeah,
Church should never be about status. Who has this amazing internet? Who has this amazing, you know, who has this amazing speaker coming in, and who can do such thing? Who has the nicest strobe lights and stuff? Oh, bro, I could literally walk into a nightclub and walk into a church, and I wouldn't tell the difference.
hey, nah, but for real, some
For
of them be
real,
like
bro.
that, eh? They
Yeah.
got the DJ. My faith is shaking.
She's
They got
around
all
my
the
team.
kids out there dancing and shit. We're gonna
Oh
piss so many
shit.
Christians off right now. I guarantee it.
Oh, bro, who is? Man, and I have nothing against Christianity. I have nothing against any religion in general.
Neither.
Um, yeah, I just think people in the world are more real than people inside the church.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
I
I
have to agree.
I grew up in church, and I gave up like 5 years of literally studying to become a youth minister. And I can tell you now, there's a lot more real people in the world than people that are studying to actually be involved in the church.
I don't know if you stated this. What was your turning point?
For me was a lot of it was my mind. I had, bro. And this is what I thank God every day because, bro, He has given me a mind that is that loves to overthink shit, and sometimes we look down on that. You're like, oh, you overthink too much, but sometimes it's so good, bro, because you're taught in church to just believe, and you can't use your mind, that you've been given to actually think it over, bro. And I always just loved rethinking things, and I'd always go up to them and just say, "What about this?" Like always questioning their beliefs, and they'd hated it. And I was just like, "Man, come on, bro! Like he's obviously giving me a brain to think. Like use your fucking brain."
Nah, 100%.
Yeah, and bro, and I was so blessed to have a mind that always loved to overthink things. And it's not a bad thing. It's a blessing. It's good. It helps you to see and understand things from a different perspective. And that was my
Yeah.
turning point.
Wasn't that what Jesus spent his life doing? He changed what he saw on
Yeah,
earth.
he changed the perspective of things. And sometimes we become so normalizing things that we think it's normal to society that we forget that there's people outside who actually think a different way.
100%.
Yeah.
And that should be cherished.
Bro,
As a
they
matter
should
of
be cherished. They should be open up to change. And this is, yeah, that's what I mean, man. It's gonna be a lot harder, from now on, forever, because what seems normal to society now may not be the norm. And when people come out and speaking their mind, you'll just get cancelled because it's just not the way to society. It's just not
yeah,
right to society.
yeah. But one thing with cancel culture is, in my opinion anyway, is that the only people that can fucking cancel you are the ones who truly support you and listen and watch what you do. Not the ones who come from outside saying, no, you're cancelled, I fucking don't like your shit. No, you shut the fuck up. You're not a regular listener. You jumped into this 30 seconds of this podcast hearing us say that we said Christianity isn't what we want it to be right now. And so all you're saying, nah, fuck you, you cancel, you hate God. You didn't hear the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah. Oh well. But have you had any like cancelled? Have you had any close moments where you've almost got banned or cancelled and stuff?
Not yet, because I'm not big enough. Not big enough yet. I think, I don't know, actually. Because the way I've built this thing is just to be real, raw, honest, and who you are. Like, I don't bring you on to be fake. I don't bring you on because I want your clout. I brought you on because I wanted to talk to you about men's mental health.
Yeah, that's
Um,
awesome, bro.
I brought my friends on because a lot of them share experience I haven't lived. And one thing I always tell everyone that's come on the show is, you've got your life experience, I've got mine. I can only live one life. But if I hear your stories and your testimonies, then I can sort of, if I ever come into that sort of challenge in my life, then I've got your lessons to learn from. And so I can navigate my life a little bit easier because you've gone through something I haven't. So I can use your lessons.
Yeah, exactly. No, I love that. I love that for you, bro. No,
And
no,
that's
no.
why I built this,
Yeah,
so people can have that.
that's awesome. That's awesome. And that's what we need, bro. That's what we need in this day and age right now. I think a lot of people are too fucking fake these days, and we gotta be more real and more authentic.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I said, bro, if you're coming on, I don't give a fuck if you swear. I don't give a fuck if you want a
I'm
drink.
trying.
That's why I got you
I'm,
that box.
I'm trying so good to like not swear because man, it's like first nature for me to swear. And,
Oh, bro,
uh,
same. Like all
I've
my
always
guests that
just
come
had
on.
I've always just had like such a filthy mouth. Like I remember as a kid, I swore for the first time in school, and it got reported back, and my dad literally washed my mouth out with soap. Bro, and kids these days won't understand that shit. Kids,
Gee,
the young kids these days are, like they'll be like, wash your mouth out of soap. What the fuck is that? Is that a slang for something? We're like, no, you literally get your mouth washed out with fucking soap.
because the body wash, man. Here, modern solutions, brother. Body wash.
Oh man.
Nah, but honest to who though? Do you know that laundry soap out Sunlight to
Yeah.
help get out the stains, bro? My like great grandmother used to give us that out when she caught us swearing. Just
Oh
that in the cold shower. Have you had the cold shower?
yeah, bro. Plenty.
But since we're going down childhood trauma, brother, what's the worst thing you've been hit with, eh?
Bro, mine is literally probably the junk cord, eh?
Bro, the jug cord's ruthless, eh?
It's ruthless, bro. Oh, it's so, and because my dad's a Pommy, so he's from England. Dad never hit us once. Dad never hit us once. But mum, because mum being Samoan, wow, everything went, hey, literally.
Whack, whack.
Yeah.
Whatever's within reach.
Anything in reach, bro. A bloody cup would go flying, you know.
Far the worst for me, bro, was once I knew I was getting a hiding, I fucking bolted, ran down the street, didn't come back for a couple of hours, was at my cousin's house. Make my way back home, fuck, the hiding was 10 times worse.
Oh, bro. Yeah. Sometimes you have to face it, eh?
Fine, if you're still getting hidings, just take it.
Just take it.
Just take it.
Just take it, and then have a beer after. You'll feel better. Or have
a beer.
Have a few beers before so you don't feel it.
Pro tip: give your man a beer, then you won't get one.
Oh.
He'll forget all about it. But also, I do have to say, just because this is going to go on YouTube, we don't promote unsafe drinking. So drink responsibly, whānau.
Oh,
and if
yeah,
you do have an alcohol problem, call 0800 787 797. They're open 24 hours, 7 days a week. It's an alcohol and drug helpline. So whānau, if you are struggling with alcohol abuse and drug abuse, please reach out. We don't endorse it, but like we said, we're just having a catch up with a few mates. We know our limits and we are drinking responsibly. I've also got my bottle of water here, so if I do need to hydrate throughout this podcast, we will do. But please reach out. It's 0800 787 797. Sorry, I just had to slip that in there just to make sure that people know that we're not, drinking irresponsibly and we're just promoting, drug and alcohol abuse.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it's so needed,
Yeah, 100%. And, sometimes there comes a point in your life where maybe alcohol takes too much of your own time.
Facts. And I always have I always have that chat. I always have that chat with my wife as well, because she's like, because my wife knows how much I drink, and I actually don't. I drink a fair amount, but I wouldn't say I'm an alcoholic. Like, I don't function of drinking, like I wouldn't wake up and just be like, fuck, I can't get out of bed, but let me have a beer and then I'll get out. Like, like I'm not like that. Like I told her this morning, I said, there's tier 1, I'm probably at like tier 3.
I'm not there yet.
I'm not there yet. I'm like, there's tier 1 where you need alcohol to function, and then there's 5 where you're just you just love to piss up. But you don't need alcohol. And I said, I'm probably at tier 3.
I think I'm somewhere around there. I can say no, but if it's a good time, I'm there.
Oh, bro, 100%. Dude,
Nah.
I love cheeky beers, bro. I love cheeky beers on Mondays. I love cheeky beers on Tuesdays. It's just amazing.
Bro, it's Yeah, it's I don't know. I think it's a part of the Aotearoa culture that it's
Bro,
brother, might as well. Is that us?
bro, hard out, hard out. It's just it's part of our kaupapa, bro. And you know, and I love it, eh? And I think you know, part of why the niche that I've taken has kind of blew off. This is my opinion. It's kind of blowing up bigger. It was because I never brought culture into it. If you know what I mean. I had one culture, and that was just the drinking culture. I never brought my culture, that was Samoan. I never brought anything else in it. I just made it. It's one. It's just through beer, we're all together as one, and I loved it, bro. And I hit the jackpot on that so well, and
Hundred
I think
percent.
that's why it's blowing up so big. Yeah,
You've found your niche, and you've not driven it home, but like you've made it your own.
yeah. And I'm not saying neglecting my culture or every other culture, but it's just saying through beers, through having a beer, we're all just together as one, and I'll support you. If you made the
Yep.
World Cup, I'll support you. Like that was just my thing. I literally only had one post up supporting the Tour Samoa when I had the flag. Everything else was back to normal. Was back to States, and we're fucking on.
That was the one you dropped on Sunday, eh?
Pardon?
Was that the one you just dropped on Sunday? The one where
Yeah,
you're like, I'm supporting Tour Samoa. It's like 6 a.m. here. I don't care.
yeah, bro. We were drinking the whole night, and it was 7 o'clock, and we lost. It was like, I have to get out there and just do one to support the boys. So I went out and did one, and I was stumbling everywhere. Far out.
Hey, but that's authentic. And to be honest, Samoa won. Samoa won. Like
Oh,
at the end
bro,
of the day, you see how like the communities around the world come together for Samoa in that World Cup final.
bro. But not even only that. It was a win for Samoa. It was a win for Samoa. It was the win for Australia. But it was also a win for rugby league.
Yep. Yep.
They've never had so many eyes focused on rugby league in general until
Yep.
now. And it was a good promotion for them. So either way, everyone won. You know?
Hard out. Hard out. But what I loved was seeing the TikToks of the Samoan changing shit at the
Yeah.
end of the game. Bro, that was still fucking hard. They didn't win the game, but they won everyone's hearts.
Oh, bro, facts. And that's why it's pointless seeing all these because I don't know if you're aware, but there's a lot of on TikTok. There's a lot of arguments between Tonga and Samoa at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's silly because we all won. Everybody won.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. And like I don't get it because like at the end of the day, we're all whānau. Like the migration patterns, we're all probably related somewhere down the line, but
bro,
Tonga, Samoa,
probably.
Aotearoa, Fiji, we're all related somewhere down the line because our migration patterns show that we all come from somewhere in the islands.
Yeah, we literally all do,
That's why our language is so similar.
bro. So similar, and yeah, all the languages are so similar, especially from
Yeah,
Pacific Islanders. So similar.
yeah. It's crazy how similar it all is, but that just goes to show that we're all whānau, we just moved on.
Yeah, hard out, hard out. Sorry, brother. Excuse me.
Oh, good.
So do you speak fluent today?
Carl, nah, but because of the business that I work at,
Yeah.
they're putting me through a course where I'm learning currently. So I'm reclaiming my language.
Good man. Good man.
Yeah. So I'm really loving this journey that I'm on in terms of reclaiming my language.
Yeah.
It's powerful, it's beautiful, and it's exactly what it should be.
Right. Yeah, I'm so proud of you, bro. Because I took up today. I learned a little bit when I was doing my youth working days.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful language, bro. I picked it up so quick because it was so similar to Samoan that I
Yep.
literally picked it up super fast.
Yeah, well, because you guys use an L instead of an R,
Yeah,
eh?
yeah, and you guys, yeah,
Yeah,
we use F instead of WHA. Yeah,
yeah. But I think that's only because the Pākehā, when they came, they wrote it like that.
yeah, they ruined it.
Yeah, because Maori, I'm pretty sure Samoan, Tongan, all of that, that's all oral languages. We never wrote that shit back in the day.
Yeah,
I guarantee you'll never find a book that was before pre-colonization that was written by any of our tupuna.
yeah, no, I 100% agree as well.
So, I mean, it could all be an FWH or whatever. It's just whatever they heard at the time. They just matched it to whatever letter they had with their language.
Yeah, probably.
Sorry, Pākehā listeners. I'm not coming at
Yeah,
you. I'm not coming. I do love you
yeah,
guys.
we love
I
you,
am.
crackhead.
I'm half and half. Look at me. I'm fucking whitish. I'm about as white as my jersey. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see this. We're the same color. The only thing that's changed is the ginger beard in between.
I love that, eh? Have you ever thought about going on TikTok as well? Like your 99 Dreams?
Yeah, I definitely want to take it there, but I'm just
Yeah.
trying to build up a little bit of content before I jump on. Because at the
Yeah.
moment, it's a lot to juggle because I got to record, edit, chop, and organize my own videos.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Yeah, so same as you with what you're doing with your TikTok, writing your material, then recording it all in one day. I've got to try and organize who the fuck is keen to jump on this podcast, hit
Yeah.
them up, lock it in, and then record it. Then I go back and edit it. So when errors happen like this, when we cut out, I just got to, edit that, clip it in. So everyone watching on YouTube, it's gonna look a bit hazy. Everyone just listening, fuck, you'll get the gist of it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, bro, let me know if you're ever keen. And I could potentially get some of my mates who live here who are keen to jump on if you are.
Brotherhood. Like, I don't give a fuck if you're 1,000 followers or one follower. If you've
Yeah,
got a
yeah.
story to tell, my bro, you're welcome. That's what 99 Dreams is all about.
That's so good, bro. Nice.
Yeah.
Cause
Like, that's why I've got a lot of my friends on, because, like, they're not super famous at all, but
yeah,
they've got a story to tell.
bro, and that's all that matters, bro. Story is what it is. Story can change the world.
100%. And like I said earlier, was, what you've gone through in your life, I might not have gone through, but someone else that's listening might be going through that.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's why, yeah, bro. If you've got people that that could be keen, let me know, bro. I'd love to have them on.
Yeah, bro. They'll be stoked to have you on. So
fuck yeah. There's one thing I do
yeah,
while you're still here is I've got this. It was supposed to be a dream jar, but it's a shoebox because I brought some sneakers because my mates called me into playing social basketball, bro. I haven't moved this body in like 4 years.
yeah.
But I've got this box. I've got this box here. I don't know if you can read it, but it says, "Always remember when they doubted you," by Trey Young.
Yeah, nice.
I love that sentiment, and that's why I didn't get a jar. And so inside here, I've got a bunch of people's dreams.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say dreams die, dreams evolve. That's true. But these ones, they stay in here and we'll revisit them. So in 5 years' time, if I hit you up and be like, yo, Barry, did you achieve that dream or what?
Yeah.
If you did achieve it, it'll go up on this back wall or wherever the fuck I get an office next. I'm not going to stay here permanently, but when I get an office somewhere nice, I'm going to have this big board where everyone's dreams that have been achieved will go up. So do you have any dreams, my bro?
Dude, I do. I have a few, but I'll tell you my main one. My main dream is to be alive for my 30th birthday.
I'd love for you to be here for your 30th, bro.
Yeah, bro. I think sometimes, like it's all good to shoot for the sky when you're dreaming, but for me, if I make it to my 30th, everything else that I've achieved will make it too. And
100%.
God knows what's gonna be a part of that 30th when I do make it. But yeah, I'd love to make it to my 30th.
Oh, bro, and I know there's so many people in the world that want you to make it there too.
Yeah.
I better get an invite. I know we only just met, but I better get an invite.
Oh, mate, you will get an invite.
Say less. No, but 100%, bro. That is a beautiful dream, and something so simple as that
Yeah.
is so hard for some people to fathom.
Oh, 100%, bro. Like, there's so much with all the shit that's going on in this world. I'd
Mm-hmm.
love to just make it to my 30th, at least. And then everything that I've achieved over the time, that was a part of that dream. So, just got to keep it short, simple, and sweet.
Bro, nah, that's powerful though. 100%.
Yeah.
When you think about it, like so many people take that for granted. They take breathing tomorrow for granted, and like making the 30th.
Facts.
But like it's such a powerful dream.
Yeah. We neglect the fact that we get to wake up every single morning and just breathe. And
Yeah.
that's my biggest motto that I try and push every single day to just celebrating life. It's just life's too short, man. It's just gotta wake up and have a fucking beer.
Although that might shorten life.
Which might lead to a short life, but
Liver problem, kidney problem. Oh shit. But hey, like everyone says, life isn't long. You gotta live it how you wanna live it. You gotta have some fun sometimes, and today could be your last day. So make it count.
100%. Gotta live it like it's your last.
One other thing I always ask on this show, my bro, I didn't tell you about this earlier because it just ruins the surprise and you start thinking about it throughout the whole podcast.
Nah, you're good.
What would you tell 19-year-old Barry if you could tell him something today?
Bro. Yeah. I tell him two things.
Yeah.
Number one, learn how to say fucking no. Bro, that is the biggest thing that I struggle with, bro, because I'm a people pleaser.
That's a superpower.
It's superpower, bro. Like, I love pleasing people. If I don't make someone happy that I want to make happy, bro, I would drown myself in sorrow because that's how big it is. That's how bad it is. And number two, love yourself. That's my biggest. And I know it's so easy to tell people to love yourself, and like, what the fuck does even loving myself even mean? And jeez. Welcome to
the boy races. Sorry, carry on, bro.
Yeah, bro. Loving yourself doesn't necessarily mean just taking time out for you. Doing the things that you like. Go out and spoil yourself. Do you know what I do? This is what I do, and it sounds really weird because a lot of men don't do this, bro. I would on my days off, I would drive myself down to a cafe, buy myself breakfast, a big breakfast, and I would demolish that, and I would go to McDonald's, buy myself lunch, and I would come home and watch movies the whole day, bro. That is literally what I do. And that is
bro,
just
that's self-care.
myself.
That's self-care at the maximum, brother. Fucking A.
Yeah, bro. We don't do that too much, bro. And sometimes we wait for fucking Father's Day. Sometimes we wait for our birthdays to actually do that to ourselves. Nah. Fuck that.
Nah, 100%. I always tell my mates, like, fuck, every day, try and do something that you enjoy.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what it is. Do something you enjoy, at least once a week.
Yeah, because you hear about females, they treat themselves like they go and get their nails done, or they go and get their foot spas or massage or their hairs. Bro, I literally took that to consideration. You know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna take myself, to fucking KFC because I fucking need that. Well,
fuck, if I was in Christchurch, brother, I'll meet you at KFC.
Yeah, bro. Like, sometimes men need that shit, and that's what I say.
100%.
That's what I say. It'll sound weird. It's because not a lot of men do it.
I'm all for that, brother. I'm all for that. Go get you a feed, man. Fuck everything else. Go get a feed.
Exactly.
Look after yourself.
Fuck yeah.
Like, bro, I don't. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think a lot of men realize like how important just having a kai is.
Bro, it's so good. It's you're fueling your body, but it's fueling your soul as well.
Yeah, 100%. And like, bro, nothing makes me happier than a zinger burger combo,
Facts. And wicked
or
wings.
even the zinger box with the wicked wing. Swap out the potato and gravy for just a
Just the
pot of
gravy.
gravy.
Yeah, bro.
Yes,
It's
yes,
on. Bro, yeah,
bro.
I
And then
think
swap out the mayo for pepper mayo.
what's that?
It's this other mayo that they do. It's like a little bit spicy. Cuz try it next time. Swap the
Oh,
zinger burger mayo for pepper mayo. You're on.
sweet. Well, we're probably gonna have KFC tonight, so I'll probably I will try it. So
Try
what's
it,
it called?
cuz.
Pepper
Go on
mayo.
live. Let us know.
Yeah,
Pepper mayo.
pepper mayo.
Aye, bro. Pepper mayo, game changer.
Shit, yeah. So are you gonna have any have you got any merch and stuff coming out?
Yeah, I actually do. So one thing that I'm trying to do with this 99 Dreams is to turn it into my own business,
Yeah.
to make it into like a marketing business. So I've got some clothing that I'm working with a manufacturer. I'm only going to put about $3,000 into it to try and get something out ASAP.
Yeah.
So it'll come probably, well, hopefully come out about January, Feb.
Yeah.
So it'll be the 99 Dreams logo. There'll be a mountain with 3 feathers behind it, the Raukura,
Yeah.
to represent Taranaki.
Nice.
And that'll sort of be just up the back there, on the back of the collar, just below your seam. And then on the sleeves, just above the seam, on hoodies, it'll be there, but on t-shirts, it'll be here.
Yeah.
It'll be Whakatoki. I think I can't remember it because it's not written there, but it's K.O. Ringa Ringa Kitao, something like that. But it means the world is in your hands.
Nice. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. And so that's gonna kind of be your reminder. That'll be on your shoulder, on your sleeve there, or on your wrist, and
Yeah.
it's something just to remind you that your dreams are achievable. Nothing's impossible. You just got to go out and fucking do it.
Yeah, that's the one. I love it, eh? It's a great message, man. I loved it. 99 Dreams.
99 Dreams, bro. It would be 100, but this is one. This is a living dream right now.
Good man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's why it's 99 Dreams, and it's kind of simple and easy to remember because you're like, oh, yo, 99.
Yeah. And I love that for you, man. I genuinely hope, that you succeed in this. It's gonna be, and you will succeed. I mean, you have a nice personality that everyone can connect to. And I love that.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
No, I do really appreciate you coming on. Like, I say this every podcast that I appreciate every guest, but I do truly appreciate every guest because without the people coming on this show, ain't nobody want to listen to me talk about myself for fucking 35 episodes. That should get boring. I'll run out of stories.
You are so good, bro. You are so good to chat with. And you've definitely, because I don't like even when I do the lives, bro, I hate doing lives. Because number one is it's taking me off guard because they don't know when I post videos up on TikTok. Maybe it's like 30 to 40 seconds long, but I'll just spend maybe an hour or two just in front of the camera because I hate filming myself. And I hate being on front. Bro, I hate it. I'm being serious. Like, I'm getting a lot better now, but even till now, like, I'll sit in front of the camera and I'm just like, fuck, what do I say? And I have it right in front of me, and like I'd memorize it, and then I'd look at it, and then I'd go, and then I'd stuff up, and somehow I just managed to get it down to 30 seconds. Like, bro, it's so fucking hard, and that's why even doing this face to face with you, and that's why I'm trusting on like your editing skills to like edit all my weird shit that I've seen.
Nah, like that's the thing. All of it's staying in, except for the parts where you cut out. The weird shit's staying in.
Yeah, bro. It's so like it's hard to it's hard, like, some people are just so gifted, and you've got that gift, bro, of just being so genuine and just being so, you're just good at allowing people to talk, and you're good with your questions, bro. Like, there's not a moment where we were silent at one point. You know, whether if I was hosting, it would be a different story. You know, like, you know what I mean by that. I'd be telling you,
Yeah.
how was your day? And you're speaking, I'd be thinking like this. Have a fucking beer. You know, like
Nah,
that shit I'm not comfortable with. But you are, bro. And you talking to you, bro. You're gonna fucking do good, bro. And
bro, I really
I'm always
appreciate
gonna
your kind
support you,
words.
bro. I'll support you wherever you go, brother.
I I really do appreciate that, my bro. That means a lot. It really does. Yeah, I mean, shit. It is kind of hard getting yourself in front of the camera, but one thing I have learned over my time in post grad is how to interview, because you're not listening. If you're asking people questions that you want to hear, then you're not listening to their responses.
Yeah,
If you listen to their responses, then you're most likely going to get something that you want out of it anyway.
yeah,
Because the best you can do in an interview or just even in a corridor is learn more about the person sitting opposite you.
yeah, yeah.
And I think today we have learned so much more about the Bear King.
Yeah,
um,
yeah. You definitely have. You've learnt too much. Nah,
not enough, I think, brother.
never
Not
enough. Eh?
enough.
There's always too much.
There's also another
Yep,
question that I do have that's kind of scripted that we do always ask on the
yep.
show before we wrap up is let's go with let's go with if you could give yourself in 5 or 10 years some piece of guidance or ask how you're doing, what would you say? If you look back on this in 5 to 10 years, what would you say to yourself?
Um, Sorry, can you just repeat that question again? I'm just trying to process it in my head at the moment.
Yeah, bro. Nah. Hard out, hard out. Like a lot of people that have come on the show have stumbled because they're not quite sure what they would want to tell their future
Yeah.
self. But if you could, what would you tell Barry in 5 years or 10 years if you look back on this podcast episode?
Um, it's a good one.
Should we carry on having a conversation? We can double back to this.
Yeah, let's do that because it's a deep question that
Oh,
because like you know,
100%,
like my
bro.
mind loves to overthink things, and I'm just like, man, there's so much things that I would say, but I'm just looking for the one
Yeah.
thing that I would tell myself. Yeah,
Yeah, and I bet you future self is looking back like, bro, I know exactly how you're feeling. Like, I would still be trying to process what to say to you.
yeah, exactly. Oh man, it's a
And that's all
really,
that,
really good question though. It's a freaking good question.
thank you. Like, that's what this is about, though, because, like, it's great to dream, but what's what good is a dream if we can't sort of reflect with ourselves in the
Yeah,
future on what we've said
yeah,
today?
that's so true. That's so true.
Yeah. And so, I hope you've made it to 30. So carry on a couple more years.
Right, a couple more years and we're there, baby.
A couple more years and you can listen back to this podcast finally and be like, fuck, did I say that shit?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I wanted
If
to say.
if we don't get cancelled by 30, oh my goodness.
Bro, as long as we keep the same fan bases together, we should be all right.
I've got it. And what I would say to myself is just keep being you. Just keep being you.
And who is you? Who is you?
Just keep being real with yourself to know who you truly are, to where you come from as in your roots. Never forget that. Never forget, the struggles and the upbringing that you came from, the background that you were raised in. Never forget that stuff. And that is just me being me because I literally just had a thought as it was coming in my head. I thought, right, in 2 months, I grew my TikTok account from, I think it was like 21,000 to where it's sitting right now, where it's like 85,000 followers. With this just in 2 months. And that's when I was just realizing, it was like, no matter how big this movement will get, no matter how big the Beer King name will get, always be real with yourself. Because, I came from hard upbringing. You know, I came from no money. You know, I was always struggling with things in my life, and so no matter how big I'll get, I'll always be remember to just be real with myself, to love myself, and to not get it to my head that all these things come and go. But if that makes sense,
Bro, that makes 100% sense. Like, man,
yeah,
you just want to stay grounded, stay humble, stay true to who you are.
yeah, stay humble, yeah. So I don't know where I'd be in my 30th year, but I'll definitely get there, and then I'll look back and look at how big the thing has gotten, and I'll just remember to remember where I came from.
I'll see you
Because
there, brother.
my biggest saying that I always tell people is never despise small beginnings.
Never. Never.
Never ever despise small
I
beginnings.
think the greatest people come from humble beginnings. And like, that's why I always base a person's character off of how they treat like a janitor or a what do you call them? A hospo worker, like a waiter.
Yeah.
Because how they treat a waiter and how they treat a janitor will tell you all you need to know about them as a person.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah, because I was a waiter, right? I was a waiter once.
See? That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Is that it's those people. And like the person who helped me get through my honors was the cleaner at the PE school in Dunedin. So he'd come in, he'd be in my room where I was studying at 6:10 every day, Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
He'd come in. He's only supposed to spend 5 minutes on the room, clean and get out, because he had this big ass building to clean, and then he had to move on and clean even bigger buildings.
Yeah.
But he'd always stop and chat, and that was the thing that meant the most to me. And his wife, she sells like gemstones on Facebook. He has an honors degree in geology himself. Like, I learned so much about this janitor, and he is the man. So if anyone's at the P school, shout out Mike the cleaner. I don't know his last name, but his first name is Mike. If you ever disrespect this motherfucker, I will come back and slap the shit out of you.
Let's go. Good on you, Mike.
Mike is the man. Mike is the man.
Yeah. Oh, so, no, in Dunedin, did you guys like sink heaps of piss back then? Because I think you guys are so known for that, eh? Like, I know.
Bro, I was skinny when I went down there. I was 70 kgs, and now look at me. Look, I got cheeks.
Oh shit! So it is. So the rumors are true. That you guys like piss up down.
Yeah, and there's a whole thing called the Fresher Five.
Yeah.
Because we got Fatty Lane, which is there's a KFC, a Macca's, a Domino's, and then Bar. Bar's a whole new story. I'll bring that up shortly. But so you've got those three things on this one way, and then there's a bottle store down the back. So like, fuck, you get a feed, you grab your box, and then you head over to Castle Street, go get pissed, and then fuck, that you do that every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes on a Thursday. And you just put on all this weight, man, and like, fuck, like I said, like I'm just playing basketball for the first time in 4 years, so I've been sedentary. So I've got all this mass. I'm not showing you, motherfuckers, so I don't give a shit. I look skinny at this angle. I look skinny-ish at this angle. But bro, if you're ever in Dunedin, or if you're ever planning on going to Dunedin, give me like 3 months heads up. That's us. I'll come down.
Yeah.
We'll go to this place called the Bar. I've never walked out of that fucking place straight. Every time, bro, I'm fucking twisted. Can't remember anything. Shout out to TA. Ladies and gentlemen, Tauraki, he is one of the best bar managers you'll ever know in Dunedin. He'll make sure that you have a good time. So everybody go down to Bar, go tip that cunt and his crew, because he is an amazing guy. But TA will take care of you, bro. He'll get you fucked up.
Yeah.
You walk out of that place. You walk in at 5 p.m. You walk out, who knows what the fuck the time is, but you can't see straight.
Well,
I've never left the Bar.
Should we plan a trip down there then?
Let me know, bro. I'm keen. I know. I got a few other boys that will. You know the bro that chopped off the box.
Well, have you got some time?
He'll come down.
Have you got some time off before Christmas?
Nah, after Christmas I do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, let's do it.
Alright, fuck it. We're on.
Yeah, we're on.
We're on.
Let's do a trip
Yeah.
down
Fuck, we're right. We're on, ladies and gentlemen. Charles, you better get your black ass back down there. I know you can get back down there.
there.
Charles is the guy that dropped off the box.
Let's go, Charles, my boy. Just want to give out a quick shout out to my boy Chaz for dropping off the box. Appreciate you, my guy. And also my man Benja Hanara. I love you, bro. Keep doing. I'm gonna to my boy Ben. I've got some merch coming down in the next week or so. I'll flick me a message and I'll send you a shirt, and we're on, my guy. I'll send you a shirt as well.
Benja, you better fucking listen to this. I appreciate it, brother. I'll definitely send you some once my fucking shit gets sorted. But, bro, hey, Benja, you better listen to this podcast, man. But I know there's a few of my friends that are waiting for this. Like, I told a couple of people, and they're like, wait, who? I was like, you know, Bear King? One of the bros straight away. I know fucking Bear King. He's the never surrender to the bender.
Oh, man.
Bro.
I miss the bender days, though. You know, I was talking to my mate before, like yesterday, and the last big bender that I ever did was when my daughter was born. She's almost 2. She's 2 next month. So about 2 years ago, it was my biggest bender, So I came off a 3-day bender, and my wife rang me at 6 a.m. in the morning on the 3rd day, and she said my water's broke, and I'm like, shit, bro, yeah, no sleep. That bender went from 3 days to 5-day bender, no sleep.
Bro, let's go, my baby here.
Oh, mate, never surrender. Never surrender. I've had like small ones here and there, but never as big as what back then was before I had my kid.
Yeah. Because I do remember seeing one of your TikToks, it's like when you're a father but you've got a pass and you're starting like start racking up some fucking milk powder.
Oh yeah, man. It was great, eh?
Bro,
that fucking TikTok alone got over like 19 something million views.
Bro, was that one of the ones you were like, I don't fucking like this TikTok?
No, bro, do you know that was one of my first ones I ever posted. And yeah, that was back in 2021. Yeah. That's when I first started TikToking, yeah.
Oh shit.
But like
so you've been on TikTok for a while.
Like I wasn't posting consistently, you know, like what I'm doing now, where like I'm literally posting every day for the last 2 months. Yeah, so it's been a fun journey, with TikTok.
One question I have been asked to ask you is, are those beers real? Or are they water?
Yeah, some of them are real, and some of them are not. But for one reason only though. It's because when TikTok decides to ban me, because they're moving into stopping drinking online in general, even when you post. So if they ever come to me and say you were drinking here, and then I will tell them, and then because they have someone at Spates, their literal job is to watch the color of like the beer. They have to watch like the foam,
because you know, like
that's their literal job there. Then I could just say they're literally not beers; it's just water. But if you don't believe me, there's someone at Space. So that's literally my argument. So if they did decide to ban me, I'll just go to Space and just say, this is why they're trying to ban me, and then Space will back me up on that. So yeah. So just like, and this is what I tell everyone on the internet: don't fucking believe anything you see on the internet and shit like that. 100%.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah,
100%.
the beers I'm drinking now is 100% real. Because I know I won't get banned.
Yeah, I mean, shit, it's on Spotify and Apple. They can't see our beer, but on YouTube, we might. But oh well, fuck it. It happens. I'll
Yeah,
learn.
well.
But I don't think YouTube does. I don't know. I'll double check their
Nah,
policy
TikTok is
guidelines.
just
But
so fucking. It's so sensitive, bro. Because remember, it's an app for kids, and so they try and stop shit like that. Yeah,
that
it
is
was
true.
an app created for creativity, and drinking is not really creativity, but it's very.
I mean, it is creative. The shit that comes out of it is creative. Hey, if you ever get a group of guys drunk together, fuck,
Bro,
that will solve the world's
100%.
problems.
They will solve fucking hungers in the fucking world these days.
So, do you have any tips on how to get sponsored by Space? Do you hold the beer like that?
Bro, Spates will never sponsor. Spates. So, I don't know. So it may be different for you, but maybe different for me. But for me personally, I can't get sponsored from Spates. I've always loved Spates. So I grew up loving Spates, drinking Spates. And for them, they can't promote binge drinking. Just like every other beer. And even though I mix that stuff.
Yeah.
So it might be different for you because you're running a podcast and you're literally just having the beer. It might be different for you, bro. So maybe hit them up. Maybe you can get a sponsor.
We've had a few in this one.
So what was that, bro?
We've had a few more than just a beer in this one. I'm looking at my floor and I'm like, I don't know if they'll sponsor, but I did promote, the phone number for responsible drinking. So the alcohol helpline, just to reiterate the message to people that we do drink responsibly on this channel and we do drink responsibly in life. So ladies and gentlemen, please, if you do need help with drugs or alcohol, please call 0800 787 797 if you're in New Zealand. Sorry, people outside of New Zealand, I don't know. But if you're in New Zealand, please call 0800 787 797. They're open 24 hours, 7 days a week. So if you do need help, reach out. And if you're a bit too shy or fucking to call them, hit me up, 99dreams.co.nz on Instagram. I know Bazza, he'll help you. So hit up Barry Byrne on Instagram as well, or on TikTok as the Beer King. But ladies and gentlemen, please take this stuff seriously. Like, we are having a beer, we're having a good time, we're just making sure that we enjoy ourselves, but you also enjoy yourselves on this Friday. Make sure you just take care, look after yourselves. Bro, up to, man. So what's the future got for Barry?
Don't know really. Probably probably just continue with what I'm doing now. I'd really like to be a creator that would expand wide in New Zealand and Australia at first. Yeah.
Yep,
So
yep.
be nice to do that, eh? Be nice because
100%,
because
bro.
I meet a lot of people and they always think that I'm fucking from Australia for some reason.
It's because of the way you come out, and you always just tell cunts to have a beer, because everyone thinks Australians are hearty drinkers.
Yeah, I'm like,
but they're not.
I'm fucking from Christchurch, man. Like, little old Christchurch.
I knew you were from down south as soon as I seen that label. Yeah. I knew you was from down south.
Yeah, see, New Zealanders would like, if you live in New Zealand, you'll know that I live somewhere down south. But no,
Yep.
But most of them will be like, fuck, I think you're from like fucking Australia or like Auckland or some mainstream city. Yeah. I don't know what's in this store for me, really. Like I said, bro, it's only been 2 months doing this, and I've got banned. Like, I've just two months in, I'm already trying to get banned.
That's no easy feat, Fano.
Oh no! But how many cameras have you got? How many cameras have you got now?
At the moment, just my Sony
Oh, good
ZV-E10.
stuff. Yeah,
Just my
no,
Sony. Yeah, so I'm just starting out. I'm just starting out. I took out a fucking $8,000 loan to get a PC, to get the camera, to get some clothing, to get some mic, to get all
yeah,
this stuff set up, to get lighting,
good shit.
and so I'll just keep pumping the money back into the business because I still have a full-time job that
Yeah,
I take care of
nice,
every day.
awesome, bro. Bro, you're the man, bro. You're gonna go places, bro. You're gonna do so well.
Oh no, like so are you. So are you. Don't discredit yourself, brother. Like
Oh no, man! This moment here is for you, brother. You're the man. You're gonna do it, bro.
it's for us, brother. It's for us.
Yeah,
This moment's for us. I don't bring guests on to talk about me, man. I bring my guests on to call it all about themselves, to let other people know who they are, what they're up to, and what they're all about. Because me without guests is
yeah,
nothing. So 100%. I thank you so much for coming on. And ladies and gentlemen, for everyone listening and watching, I just hit this guy up in the DMs. I did see your live that Thursday. You were drinking out
yeah.
of a cup. And then I just remember someone like hitting you up, like, oh, bro, I feel this. You just like hit me up on Instagram. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'll hit him up on Instagram. So that's
Yeah,
what I messaged you. And then I got the reply and I was like, oh, shit, this cunt actually
yeah.
replied. What the
No,
fuck?
man. I always reply. Again, that what brings me back to that thing that I said earlier. You're never too important to say hi to someone or to have a beer with someone. That's fuck. I don't know how, but somehow people think they're so important that they can't just literally just type in hi. You know, like that shit matters to people.
Yep.
And I don't. And I'll say
Yep.
this now, and I know it's going to get silly, but no matter how big I'll get, I will always have time to say hi. I will never be too important. Yeah,
I say that too, bro. I think I said that in episode
yeah,
2 or 3. Like, I don't care if you're feeling down, if you're feeling
yeah,
whatever, reach
yeah.
out. I'm here for you. I'm here for
Thanks.
everyone.
100%.
And like, brother, after the camera shuts off on
Bro, we're
this
gonna still gonna have a
podcast,
beer.
hit me up whenever, man. Hit me up. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hit me
Yeah,
up whenever, brother. Like, I'm always here. If you need a beer, it might have to be virtual for now, but
yeah,
when
bro.
I can get down to Christchurch, because I've got quite a few friends in Christchurch. I really do. So I do need to get down there. I've been telling them all year, yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah,
I'm coming. I haven't
dude,
been down
you have to
once.
get down here. Yep, you might have to move down here to live, brother.
Hey, if 99 Dreams blows up,
Let's
Christchurch is
go,
where we'll
baby.
be. Nah, 100%. I've really enjoyed this episode.
Dude,
It's
it's been
been
good.
fun.
It's
Like,
been fun. Thank you so much for having me, bro.
bro, nah, 100%. Like, I really do appreciate you taking the opportunity. But you, brother, yeah, I appreciate you coming on, and it means so
Yeah,
much.
nah, bro. Thank you so much for having me. It's been an incredible time, and it's been fun. And I wish you all the best with 99 Dreams. I know for a fact that you're going to do so well, bro. You have such a good energy. You have good vibes, and bro, I will be fully supporting you 100%, bro. You're the man.
Likewise, brother. Likewise. Like, I already am. I already am a big supporter of Barry, of AKA Bear King on TikTok. I mean, I don't know how many weeks I'm sharing your TikToks with my friends. I'm like, gee, did you see this one? And the bro Ben's just like, gee, I already seen that one, but did you see this one? I was like, fuck, I haven't got there yet. It wasn't on my FYP, motherfucker.
Oh dear.
But nah. Well, as we wrap up this podcast, I mean, we'll click stop on the recording, but I think we'll still
Yeah,
catch
yeah,
up a little bit
awesome.
more. But, ladies and gentlemen, as we're wrapping up this podcast, is there anything, Barry, you want to say before we finish?
Yeah, bro. Reach out to your mates, especially the ones who are real happy chappy, the ones who love to smile. Those are the ones you need to target. You know, the ones who think they have their lives together, you know, all wrapped up and all safe
Yeah.
and sound. Those are the ones you need to reach out to. So pretty much just reach out to everyone. You know, don't limit yourself. Remember to always spread your wings and fly. Don't be grounded. And love yourself and always have a fucking beer. Cheers.
Always have a fucking beer.
Oh, and always make love to your beer. Yeah. You can't remember that one. You can't forget that one.
And bro, can we get an example for those watching that haven't seen your TikTok? How do we make love to a beer?
Always making love to your beer is...
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do it. Again, once again, the alcohol drug and helpline is 0800. No,
that was good. That was
good. Sorry, Fano. Me and the bro just met, and I'm roasting him like I know him since fucking 2002.
that was really good, actually. Bro, that would make such a good reel on TikTok. You know.
I'll do it, bro. I'll do it. I'll put up a reel. Also, I'm going to tag you and everything as well, so you're probably going to get a whole bunch of notifications, but that'll start next week.
Yeah.
But also, I will say this, though, because the bro just chugged the beer on the channel, so I've got to say this just to make sure that people know that drink responsibly. The alcohol, drug, and helpline is 0800 787 797, open 24 hours, 7 days a week. You can talk with a trained counsellor. So, ladies and gentlemen, drink responsibly. If you are pregnant, please don't drink at all.
Yeah.
And make sure you know what's in your drink. Don't accept drinks from strangers. It's okay to say no.
That's it.
But, Barry, this has been amazing, brother.
Dude, it's been so
Thank
good.
you so much. Thank you so much for being on the channel. This is my first New Zealand celebrity on the show.
Far from it, brother. Far from it, my man.
Oh, bro, I'm just so glad to have you here. This has been an amazing journey. For everyone listening at home, thank you so much for listening. This is probably the longest episode that I've ever had, so you guys can tell how much fun it was. Everyone at home, take care. As you got anything to say? You want to do the outro?
Nah, that's up to you, brother.
Oh, bro, all you got to say is thanks for listening to the 99Dreams podcast. Yeah. And then this...
All right. So thanks for... Oh, so what do you want me to say?
Just thanks for listening to the 99Dreams podcast. You've been Barry. I've been Rawiri. Take care, everybody, and Modi order.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the 99Dreams podcast. I'm Barry.
I'm Rawiri.
Oh, are you going to say the last part?
Oh, I thought you were going to say it.
What was the last
Hold on.
part?
I'll do this. All right. Hold on. Here we go. All right, Fano. Thanks so much for listening to the 99Dreams podcast. I'm Rawiri.
And I'm Barry.
Modi ora te whānau.
Modi ora.
Take care.
Ake te.